What's up, guys? Coach Fred here, Major Gains Fitness. And since I am 1 week post show, I figured now would be the best time to talk on a topic such as post show recovery or post show dieting, or in layman's terms, what do I do with my diet after my show is over? This topic seems to come out every single week, every single month, almost every day. In some forum, there is a question. I just finished my show. Should I reverse diet? How many calories should I eat? So essentially, I got three options, and at no way, shape, or form are any of these mutually exclusive from each other. You can do a combination of all these, but the first option I like and dislike, which is reverse dieting. I haven't really seen anything that makes it a need outside of personal preference, which is something I like. If you have a personal preference to do a reverse diet type structure after a show because you want to, because you like that way and it's something you can adhere to, go right ahead. However, a lot of people seem to think that because you're slowly increasing your calories, your RMR, your metabolism is getting better, and you can just maintain that through the longevity of your diet until you have some crazy high metabolism. The truth is, once you finish a show and you start eating more food, your NEAT increases, your workouts are more productive, you are intaking more food, so you're getting heavier, so that'll increase your TDEE. Everything is contributing to your total daily energy expenditure, and that's why you can eat more food and stay lean, because essentially you are still in a deficit if you're reverse dieting, because you're starting still at lower calories. Your body is getting more efficient at utilizing those calories and being more healthy, so you're increasing your calorie output more while increasing your calorie intake, and you're staying lean because essentially you're still in a calorie deficit even though you're slowly increasing your calories. The second option is giving yourself a day, 2 days, maybe 3 days if you need it after a show, and then getting your perceived maintenance calories, going maybe 5 to 10% under that to be safe, and hitting those numbers starting, let's say your show's on a Saturday, starting on a Monday. Now you're still going back into tracking after you've been tracking religiously during prep, but you give yourself some room to eat more food but not go overboard because you're being conscious about the food you're eating or the amount of food you're eating. Now, I like to add a lot of carbs and a lot of fat back and lower my protein because the gods of science have luckily given us a range, an acceptable range of protein intake. So if you're on the higher end of that, feel free to drop to the lower end of that and add some carbs and fats back into your diet so you can still enjoy some treats that you want, but keep it moderate. Don't go too crazy, because everybody knows when you finish a show, 90% of the food you eat is because you said you were going to, not because you're actually enjoying a whole box of pizza and a whole cake. It's really just a challenge that you want to accomplish. You don't really need all that much food, and you realize that about 10 minutes into binging that you don't need to keep eating all this, but you do it anyways. The third option is what I do. I give myself about a week and a half because I'm not going to snack real hard after a show. I'm not going to eat a whole box of Pop-Tarts or a whole box of Oreos. My thing is having a drink or two and going out to eat places. So I will go out to breakfast and then come home, go to the gym, have it, and notice to myself in my head, because I've been tracking for a while, which most of you have, I ate maybe half my fat and a quarter of my carbs for the day at that meal. So I know that hit the gym, come back, have a high protein meal, have a second high protein meal of the day, and then go out for dinner and drinks after, knowing that, hey, I have about half my fat, half my carbs, roughly, and some room for some alcohol because I like drinking. And then I keep that in mind, stay conscious about it for the whole week and a half. I just track loosely in my head, and then I go to option 2 about a week and a half in, 10% under my perceived maintenance, and I start going loosely and getting a little more strict as I go. I ease my way into it. And the third option is great for a lot of people because if you've tracked for a prep, you probably tracked before that prep. You are a lot better at eyeing out your macros in your food and how many calories you're eating a day than you think. You've become so in tuned at a certain set point of numbers and calories you're eating that you can kind of guess when your body is getting to the point of, hey, I've probably eaten 2,000 to 2,500 calories today. I've probably eaten 2,500 to 3,000 calories for the day. I should slow down. I don't need to keep eating right now. I'm fine. I'm going to have a glass of water. and I'll be good. You're good at that. So take the option 3. If I'm going to suggest anything to anybody, take a week and a half off and eye out the rest of your calories. Go out and eat. Go get some good food that you're not used to. You don't need to sit in your house and eat a whole box of Oreos and a whole box of Pop-Tarts post show, because no one's enjoying that. Like, you enjoy a sleeve of Oreos if you want to binge, but at some point throughout your binge, you're just doing it just to do it. You're just eating a bunch of food just to tell the world. Now, I might do it every now and then, but don't make a whole week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a whole month out of doing it, because at that point, you're just starting your next prep in a worse situation than you did the previous prep. So those are 3 options for post-show recovery and how to gradually move into counting your macros in your diet again. Some people like to be super strict off the get-go. Some people like to be extremely loose. Some people like to rest somewhere in the middle. Some use a combination. I like to be very loose after my show and relax and track by like a mental tracking thing, then slowly move into a just slightly under maintenance or working from there. I'm sure you have a way you like to do it. Personal preference is key. The second most important thing is doing what the heck your coach tells you to do, because your coach can't assess you properly if you are not following directions. And keep all those options in mind. Try them all out, find what works for you, and press on from there.